up, y'all? It's your girl Sarah B, and we're back at it again. Episode 3, SayNoMas podcast. We in a building. Today we have an amazing guest, so I'm excited for him to be here. We have Davon, better known as Brain Food, in a building. Bow, 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 bow. And let's get into it. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
How about you let the folks know who you are and what you do?
All right, I'm Davon, better known as Brain Food, a mental health activist. Created a brand from my darkest moments to enlighten people on mental health, bridge that gap in that conversation with mental health, and that's my everyday life, just pushing that narrative.
Love it. You got it all on right now?
Yes, ma'am.
What are these pieces, by the way, since we're already here?
These is healing pieces.
Yeah.
But we have this one, Take Care of Your Mental Health, the trucker hat, the sweats, the flares, and, just, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on.
You put it on. So let's take it back to the beginning. Your childhood. Let's start there. You're from San Diego, right?
Southeast San Diego.
Southeast San Diego. So what did life look like for you as a young adult?
I played sports. Played for VP, Pop Warner. Was pretty much smiling on the outside, but dealing with a lot on the inside. But just didn't know how to really express that.
Yeah.
Went to church every Sunday.
You was on the choir?
I was in the choir.
You could sing.
I was forced to be in the choir. Had to do something.
I didn't want to be here, but
did not want to be
had
there.
no
but
choice.
I was involved,
yep.
for sure. I two-parent household, but
okay.
My great aunt and my great uncle, both parents was incarcerated.
Yeah.
So I think that's what started the tug.
Oh, okay. You feel like it kind of influenced you, maybe, or?
I feel like it did.
Yeah.
I feel like that was. With growing up in that household, knowing that wasn't my parents, I felt like deep inside of me, that was just like, damn, what's going on?
Yeah.
Why aren't they here? And that's where it started for sure.
So your grandparents played, or you said that
my great aunt, yeah.
Yeah, they played as your parent guardians.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know where your parents were? Or?
As I got older, I did.
Okay.
Once the stories start, happening, I start being nosy, and then that's when I figured out, they was in the streets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, damn, that's wild. So when did you start kind of getting affiliated with, a certain crowd?
I would say right after church. I would play that role while I'm going to church and then escape and try to blend in and try to fit in. It was just playing the role.
Yeah.
Running from my true identity for real.
Did you ever feel like you were actually, did you notice that at the time? Like, this doesn't feel right. Maybe I shouldn't be over here. Or do you feel like, nah, this is the homies,
I was blind. I was just like, y'all just like me, because at the end of the day, it was like we all in church. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, after church, this is what we about to go do. Just hang out. It was innocent, but it was still like, it wasn't the church crowd for sure.
Yeah. So did you ever feel like you had to kind of stay at one side, or did you feel like it was just like a pull from both sides?
I feel like it was a pull from both sides. But at the end of the day, I felt like I was more in my element when I was over there.
Yeah.
I could really just be myself.
Outside of church,
outside of
with
church,
the other group of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously you guys got into activities or whatever, God knows what. Yeah. And one thing led to another where you ended up serving a 10-year sentence.
Yes.
And is that kind of how your healing journey kind of started? Or when did you realize yo, I was exposed to a lot of shit and we just didn't really talk about it? When did that hit you?
I felt like it hit me before my sentence.
Okay.
It hit me before any of that, but I just was like, I'm going to put it on the back shelf. Because at the end of the day, I didn't know how to speak on these things or who to speak to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was more so, if I tell you this, then, who you going to run and go tell?
Yeah.
If I be vulnerable with you, then you're going to use it against me later. So it was and I experienced that already.
I was going to say, has that happened to you already? That's why.
For sure.
Oh,
for sure.
Okay, got you.
So it's I tell my cousin, I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. And then it's the next thing you know, as soon as you get mad at me, you
want to scare me with that.
Yeah, So it's just okay.
Now you messed it up for me. Exactly. Yeah. Now you shut it off for me, and I'm dang, that's messed up. Yeah. So now you're serving 10 years, and you're in prison, and let's take us a walk through from the first couple years. I feel like it's an adjustment, obviously,
Sure.
Because you were 20
years
and you're
old.
31 now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So how was that?
I remember the bus ride to reception, or we could go a little bit further back. So when I first caught my case, the only deal was life, for almost a year. I was in the county for a year, and that was a deal. Oh, sign for life, sign. And
They were pushing you to sign for life?
Yes, I had a public defender at that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's I'm 20 years old, never experienced life, and you want me to sign for life. So I was going through a lot. I was crashing out.
Yeah.
I was acting out and just expressing myself without saying the words, but with my actions. And I felt like all those people that was around me and, oh yeah, you're the homie, we love you, diminished. You know what I mean? So now I'm dealing with that. Now I'm battling this identity crisis. It's like, damn, well, I was just.
And who am I then?
Yeah, then who really am I?
Yeah.
And it's just like, that wasn't the place to really unpack everything, because at the end of the day, I'm facing life. So I ended up getting 10 years. I remember that bus ride to reception. I remember just putting my forehead on the window, looking out the window. It's freezing. I'm in a paper suit. And I'm just like,
you're in a paper suit?
A paper suit.
Is that like for like suicide prevention? Or?
Nah, it's just like basically they strip you of everything, and you don't get no clothes until you get to where you're going.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I had like my undergarments, but other than that, paper suit and sandals. And
That's
it's freezing
freaking
on the bus.
crazy, yeah.
Shackled. Yeah, and I just remember like.
I thought juvenile hall was shit crazy for me. I was overwhelmed as a child, but let alone like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just rebuilt that identity, if not more. Because
I was gonna say,
I'm going to prison now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not gonna be your prey. I'm not gonna let you hurt me. I know it's my first time, but I still I was, rebuilding that persona even more.
Because these are not your church friends, and this is for sure not your church friends. So the community you used to hang out with, and those group of people, like, this is it. Like, this has to be me now.
For sure.
And then also, I feel like everyone's going to expect that. And it's kind of messed up when you think about it. You're expecting now I got to be this person. The next person's expecting them to. We're all just becoming this person we honestly don't want to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of wild. That is some wild stuff. Man, so now you're on the bus. You're on your way there. You still remember this from 10 years ago?
Oh, yeah, vivid, real vivid. Like, I could tell this story over and over that never changed. It's the same way.
Yeah.
And I just, and I was in, I think I was in Blythe. I was in Blythe. So that's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, like up
Victorville, damn near.
Oh, damn.
Desert. So now I'm secluded.
Yeah.
Now my family can't just drive up and see me. So it's like, I really got to fend for myself.
Yeah.
And I just remember getting off that bus, and it's like my stomach was just in a knot. I haven't eaten the whole day. I didn't have an appetite.
Yeah.
And it was just like I'm preparing myself for the worst. I'm preparing myself for it. And the mental preparation is way bigger than the physical preparation.
Yeah.
So it's just like I got that walk, I got that stare, I'm looking, and it's just like, boy, I'm scared as hell.
I was gonna say, deep down, how do you feel inside? I would have. Officer, can you just put me somewhere else? Just put me in the hole. I don't want to be here. I literally don't want to be here. No, literally.
Yeah.
Like I would probably just sucker punch the officer. Just put me away, because I'll be terrified, yo. That is scary.
Yeah.
And during this process in the beginning, is anyone like checking on you? Like, hey, how are you today?
Nah, no. It was just like, because mind you, I was in the county for a year.
Yeah.
So all that, you're fresh in and all that, you're getting that, oh, free you, and then that slowly faded away.
Yeah.
So
how did that feel to free you, honestly? Like, oh, they got my back, they riding with me, or like, how did it honestly feel?
I still believed the lie. I still believed the lie. I felt like, oh yeah, they really, they want me free. Yeah, they.
Till it's backwards.
Canteen wasn't coming how it used to. Phone calls isn't getting answered.
Yeah, because their life is like going on, and
it was just like, damn. So it was like that hurt.
Yeah.
It broke me, and I was just like, ooh, okay. Hold on, let me build another layer.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who can I be vulnerable to? So,
how did you build the other layer?
Just lonely nights.
Yeah.
Lonely nights for sure. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't cry because I got a celly. So it's like, okay, I gotta. It was just a lot of just keeping like suppressed emotions. For real. It was a lot of that.
So I would say, I have a question. So, how you felt with those people that you didn't hang out with at church? When you went to prison, did you feel like you kind of had like an identity crisis?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Did you feel like you wanted to be the person you were at church?
Yeah, I always wanted to be like I said, I always wanted to be me. I always wanted to be Davon.
Yeah.
But it was just like, once I felt it wasn't safe to be Davon, then it was like, I'm about to build this mask now to protect Davon. And I got lost in it.
Damn, that's a lot. Yeah. You feeling good?
This is
like, I feel like this is like a lot of reality for a lot of young black men, and we don't really converse about it, or we do, but hearing your story and seeing you is just mind blowing for me, because I didn't know you were in prison when I followed you on Instagram. I was like, oh, some cool shit, brain food, it's like a brain. I was like, okay,
right.
It's like a little weirdo. I like a brain. I like it. It looks so cool. But to hear it was your family that was like, or who was making the designs for you?
I lost a lot of money trying to find people to make the designs. Just on Instagram searching, like literally, like I taught myself almost damn everything. YouTube University. This was my wake up call because it was like, bro, I was with y'all every day. Now y'all dead? Oh man,
That's crazy.
that hit home. That hit home for me for sure. Cause like that could have been me.
It could have.
You know what I mean? When I be telling people like, man, prison saved my life, they be like, huh? Like, bro, only if you knew.
Nah, sometimes nigga need a hard reset.
Real shit.
Especially if you going the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
That shit ain't no joke, man.
You need that.
Cause I think about that shit all the time. Like I be, like I said, I drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
That part.
I know that's not where I want to be. And sometimes I even catch myself like when somebody be asking me if I want to drink, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, nah, for real.
But I still do it. I still turn up the motherfucking bottle.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I tell them, man, you let the shark taste blood.
Yeah. That first sip, that first shot. Yeah. For real. Yeah. That's how I used to be with smoking weed. Like, when I was going through all that, I used to smoke like a broken stove. Smoke. Like I was just trying to cope. I was trying to numb that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, as soon as I get irritated, oh man, I need to smoke. I'm smoking. I smoked damn near my whole 10 years in prison. You know what I mean? But a lot of the times, like when I first was really heavy smoking, it was like, cause I didn't want to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? I wanted to numb that shit real quick.
Yo, man, get this shit away
Yeah,
from me, man.
that part.
Ain't nothing worse. Ain't nothing worse than being behind four walls, man. Ain't nothing worse.
Man.
When you know, it's like being stuck in an elevator.
Real shit.
It's like being stuck in the elevator, man. You like.
That's real, bro.
You know everything outside the elevator, nigga. You know you're on the floor you're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
This motherfucker ain't opening yet. I gotta wait for somebody to come get me.
That shit real, man. That's the reality will slap you in the face.
How I'm gonna get out of here?
That part.
Can I escape?
Yeah, I thought about all that.
Do
For
I
sure.
wait?
Yeah. How long is the wait gonna be? Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you know you walking up a hill.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you go back.
Real shit.
Like,
Real
damn.
shit.
This is as far as I went.
You know, the people used to, it's crazy. I used to literally tell the time by literally looking at like when the sun set, where the sun would be at, and I know what time it was.
Well, you're back and forth in prisons and helping them out, you know. Again, you're with the community you were originally with, right?
Right.
And you said some of them just didn't have any dates.
Yeah.
Dang, that's wild. Do you ever feel guilty, like leaving?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The first time I was like, actually, when I paroled, like just getting up that morning, getting in the shower, I took a cold shower. Hot water wasn't working the day I got out. And it was just like the night before, me and my cellie, we chopping it up. And it was just like everybody coming to hug me, people coming in from different buildings.
Oh, wow.
Bro, you leaving, you going?
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, bro, I'm about to miss y'all. Like, I felt like I was leaving them for sure.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, I want to take y'all with me. You know what I mean? But I understood that it wasn't me leaving them. It wasn't me leaving them. It was just like basically just setting the tone and letting them know that, you know what, y'all next. Y'all next. Keep the preparation and all. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's why I told them, like, I'm going to be back.
And that's why you're going back.
That's why I'm going back.
Beautiful. I know they really appreciate that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I remember that day I had seen you. You were telling me about the experience you had when I think you said the sirens went off.
Yeah.
So what happened?
We warming up, playing basketball.
Yeah.
This one I went in with Ja Bray. He's the founder of Changes, and we went in with Between the Lines. And we warming up, you know what I mean, playing high, and the alarm goes off on the yard, and everything hit me. You know what I mean? It hit me like I was still in there. And so when the alarm goes off, that means there's an incident, and the police tell you, no, get down. And I got down, not knowing, like, man, you free.
You don't got to do this.
You don't got to get down. And it just, like, once I sat down, like, everybody looked and was like, bro, get up. Like, what you doing? Get up. And I'm like, oh, man, like, huh?
I feel like I'm still one of y'all. I feel like you're wired that way, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because it was just like, I scanned the whole area to make sure it wasn't by me, make sure no bombs was getting thrown, make sure no pepper spray, make sure I wasn't in trouble, in danger.
Yeah.
And it was just like I got down, and once I got up, it was like, I was like, ah. But inside, I was like, ah, damn. Like,
You was hot and he, but inside, like,
I felt like
yeah.
embarrassed, but I felt more so like like hurt. Like, damn, bro, you ain't gotta live
Like
like
this
that
system
no more.
did that to me,
For
though.
sure,
Like
for
they
sure.
did this to me, you know?
Sure.
Though you had a choice and options as far as what got you into the system, it's bigger than that.
The
you know?
conditioning.
The conditioning, yeah. It all led to this.
Yeah.
Man, that's freaking crazy. I'm not trying to cuss in this podcast. I'm trying to learn so these kids can watch this video, okay? Like, dang, girl. So now you're out. It's been 5 months. And how do you stay grounded now? Because it's only been 5 months. You do realize that, right?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. Sometimes I gotta check myself for sure because I remember my first week out, I was already on my neck. Like, bro, you gotta get a job. You gotta get this bank account.
Yeah.
You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And I was stressing myself out. But what I would do is, you know what I mean? Like I would still keep in contact with them dudes, like the ones that helped me build who I am today. Like, and they would tell me like, hey, you know, slow down, bro. Like take it in. You know, breathe.
Yeah.
It's all right. You know what I mean? And it was just like now, it's just that work stuck with me. That work we did inside of them walls, it stuck with me because I was so serious about it. Like I made that a lifestyle. It's like me bettering myself as a man, like that's serious to me. So like when I think before I act, I don't just speak. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna make sure it's something of substance.
Yeah, you're very intentional now
For sure.
with your movements in life,
sure.
your being.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I think that's definitely a key takeaway, to be intentional with the things we do.
Gotta be
Because if you lack intention, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing here?
yeah.
You have to move with some type of intention.
Facts.
Because then you're just going to get lost in the sauce and then end up in the system. And then it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just wild to see you kind of come out like this. I'm telling you, it really blows my mind. Because even to this day, I have friends who are, like, unfortunately incarcerated and they have that same mentality. I'm going to come out, I'm going to be this rapper, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And it's just like, bro, just go be happy. Go be you.
For sure.
Just go be you again before all this shit, you know?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's way less stressful. It's way less stressful just being who I was born to be. I wasn't born to be in no cell. You know what I mean? I wasn't born to my mom burying me. So it was just like I had to really just check myself.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you trying to fit in. You trying to ride waves. And
Yeah.
that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to create my own motion. I'm going to create my own freeway, literally. And that's what I've been doing. It wasn't no cars on the freeway at first. It was just a lonely, just me. But, you know, eventually people
We
started.
didn't even have a light.
Didn't have no lights.
Having it in the dark.
What,
Yeah.
no doors on the car.
Nothing.
But eventually it was just like, you know what? I got comfortable in it. And once I got comfortable with just being alone and being, you know, living with purpose, it's like it started catching on.
That's
It's-
that, being alone.
Being
A lot of us are scared to be alone.
Yeah,
I used to be
for
super
sure.
scared to be alone,
Yeah.
too. That FOMO, like, I got to hang out with people so I
Yeah.
don't be in my thoughts,
Yeah.
you know? Let me grab this bottle.
Listen to them thoughts.
Yeah, that's
soaking them
real.
thoughts. You know what I mean?
Soak in those thoughts.
Yeah.
Don't soak too hard, y'all. Make sure y'all get up.
Yeah. Don't stay there.
Even soak
Get
like
up.
one day.
Don't
Soak,
stay there.
marinate. Next day, you need to get up.
For sure.
You need to get up.
Healthy soak.
Yeah, healthy soak.
Healthy soak.
So what has been like the biggest transition for you after 10 years? What would you say? What is like the most mind-blowing thing? Because you telling me you just went to the bar to buy a shot or a drink or a beer. What was it, a beer?
No, it was a shot of tequila.
It was a shot of tequila.
Yeah, it was
It's
tequila.
like you've never bought a shot of tequila.
Never done that ever in my life.
Do y'all hear
First
that?
ti- First time doing it at 31 years old
Bro,
last
you've never
week.
bought a shot of tequila for yourself.
Never.
You were like completely robbed of your 20s.
For sure.
Like your own experiences of life.
I robbed myself for sure.
Yeah.
I played myself out my position.
Accountability for sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, and that's another part of it.
Yeah.
It's like I know, like, bro, you didn't just end up in prison. You didn't
Yeah.
just wake up and police pulled you over for nothing.
You knew what you was doing.
You know, I
Yeah.
knew what I was doing. You know what I mean? But it was just me being naive. I never get caught. Oh,
Yeah.
me? No, I know what I'm doing.
Everyone always thinks that until they get
My
caught.
accountability. You know what I mean? It was me
Yeah.
for sure. But it's just like that experience alone was just like, damn, I really just bought my first shot.
Yeah.
I really just used my own credit card. I didn't like, okay.
I'm actually a little disappointed that you went specifically to that area to buy the shot. I'm not even gonna disclose it, but if y'all know, y'all know. He went where we're not at, at all. Why did you go there? You know, there's black-owned restaurants.
For sure, you're right.
I was like, wait, you went where? Oh, let me find out. No. Let me stop. Brave food is for everybody. We don't discriminate,
For
okay?
everybody, man.
We
For
don't
everybody,
discriminate.
most definitely.
I gotta show you some spots.
Yes.
No, for real. Like, that's wild. Okay, so what is the big takeaway you want the world to know about brain food? And how do you want black men or men to feel when they wear brain food?
I want you to feel healed, man. I want you to feel rejuvenated. I want you to know that your environment, it doesn't necessarily make you who you are. You know what I mean? Because you still have a choice in that environment.
Yeah.
Just to believe in yourself. Don't let your traumas be your narrative. You know what I mean? Because childhood trauma is real. That's very real. And just to know that, healing. You gotta heal. You gotta heal. It's okay to heal. It's okay to not be okay. And just be real with yourself, man. Don't try to prove no points to nobody. Be real with you first, and everything gonna fall into place after that. Most definitely.
I love that. Okay, lastly, if someone's listening right now, battling incarceration, mental health, or just trauma, what piece of advice would you give them?
Take care of your mental health. Take care of your mental health. Don't be scared to change. Don't be scared to go against the grain. If your friends ain't doing it, don't mean that you can't do it. Just love on yourself, man. Love on yourself. Pour love upon yourself, upon your loved ones. And just be great. Be great. Don't fit in. Do not fit in.
Go against the grain.
Go against that grain, for sure.
Let's do it. Y'all heard it here first. Brain Food in the building. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciated this.
Thank you.
Thank you for believing in this, too.
Thank you for helping me heal.
Yeah. I helped you? Feel
Yes,
it?
for sure.
You honestly helping me, too.
For sure.
Though. You're definitely helping me, too. Like, just your energy, your aura, just you smiling, knowing what you went through is like, damn, anybody can get through it. You just got to want to get through it.
For sure.
You know? Yes. So, yeah, y'all tap in and SayNoMas, stay lit, stay live. We back at it. Send me somebody you want me to interview. We all about healing, strength, positivity, and just cool shit. Tap in.